One of the unique things about Communication 10 at UC Davis is that the course was produced collaboratively. Although you will just have one instructor this quarter, as well as possibly a graduate student TA, the online course content was produced as a collaborative effort of the entire faculty of the Communication Department. During the course of the quarter, you will watch instructional videos on 18 to 20 communication topics produced by 10 or more communication professors. Now, we recognize that this is a little unusual and may at first seem a little disquieting. It does mean getting used to at least 10 different lecture styles, among other things. But we think the benefits outweigh the costs. Here's the thing. In most introductory courses, you get a little sampling of a lot of ideas from someone who really only specializes in one or two of those things. When I was an undergraduate, I took an English course titled Introduction to English Literature, the Renaissance. Now, that was a pretty amazing period of English literature. A lot of remarkable authors, not least among them Ben Jonson, Christopher Marlowe, Andrew Marvell, and of course, the incomparable William Shakespeare, were Renaissance authors. We probably spent half the class on the works of John Donne. Now, was John Donne a genius? Yes, of course. Was he important? Absolutely. Did he happen to be the favorite poet of the course's instructor? Yes. He wrote books on John Donne. He attended conferences on John Donne. And when he traveled to England, he told us he always made a point of visiting John Donne's tomb. So when he introduced us to Renaissance literature, he introduced us mostly to John Donne. So when we set out to design an introduction to communication, we didn't want to give you an introduction, metaphorically speaking, to John Donne. The way we've accomplished this is by having each member of the communication faculty produce introductory lessons on just one or two topics about which they are experts. The lessons are still at the introductory level. They provide foundational information and a sense of broader questions within the topic, but they're all crafted by people who are among the best minds in their respective parts of the field of communication. Let's think about an example. I'm Laramie Taylor, and my expertise is in the uses and effects of mass media. For 16 years, I've studied why people make the media choices they do and what consequences those choices have for their thoughts, feelings, behavior, and well-being. In fact, my focus is even more narrow than that because I really focus on entertainment media rather than, say, informational media like the news. Now, I have far less knowledge and expertise in areas like interpersonal communication. I mean, I know a fair amount, but my knowledge can't touch that of some of the professors in the department who have focused their research and reading for 15 or 20 years on interpersonal communication. With this in mind, I produced the lesson that you'll hear on entertainment, and Dr. Fung produced the introduction to interpersonal communication. That's the way it works across the entire course. You get introduced to the various aspects of the discipline of communication by hearing from the experts in each of those aspects. That way, you get the best possible introduction to the study of communication.